Good evening, everybody. Someone asked me, what are the difficulties to live in another country? Well, I have to say that I live in Vietnam since 2015. I came here on 2008, then I came back to Italy, and I used to wish to come back to Vietnam because I found something particular. So I feel that I have a lot of difficulties, but because I like to stay here, I try my best to overcome those difficulties. For instance, it's not something philosophic or that involve the soul and so on. It's something very basic. For instance, when you come here, the first impact you have is the traffic, and you worry, how can I cross the road? Because even though there are the zebra line, no one cares. So I was really worried at the beginning about that. Then the second thing is what I could eat. Because as I am Italian, I used to have my standard breakfast, standard lunch, standard dinner, the coffee and so on. So that for me was a difficult, but once I tried the food, and after, let's say, some period, I found that very good, and I like to eat something, not everything, of course, sometimes too spicy, so I have to take care about this. Then another thing that I think is very important is there was one movie, the name is, maybe you already watched, is The Quite American. At the beginning of the movie, the background voice said that if you come to Vietnam, it takes 10 minutes to understand almost 90% of how it's working there. But for the rest 10%, the remaining 10%, maybe take a life. So now I am in that phase, maybe around 5% of that 10%. I try to figure out how it can work. The language is something that very, very simple, and it could be very easy, with our grammar to learn, because our grammar is terrible. Italian grammar is much more complicated, even more than other languages. But Vietnamese is extremely simple. But when you try to speak Vietnamese, you have to be careful with pronunciation, because maybe you say that you want to say that the cat has passed from the street, and instead you say your mother looked like a monkey. You don't know what you say because the pronunciation is very difficult. So this is really something that makes me feel sometimes a little bit in difficult. However, along these years, I could learn even a little bit, but not very, very good and very basic Vietnamese, just to communicate with people. Maybe when I say some sentence in Vietnamese, people smile because my pronunciation is terrible, but it's okay. Other things there are here that the important is your attitude. I came here along with some colleagues in the past. The attitude is very important. You come here, you have to be humble. Everywhere, in any country you go, you have to understand who is the people and how you should behave with them. You should not be the one that know everything, because Vietnamese people is like the language is very simple, so they will not understand this if you have a behavior too aggressive or you want to show off that you are more intelligent. So no, cancel everything and put yourself in humble way at the level of people you are talking with, because this is people that doesn't care if you are engineer or if you are doctor and so on. No, maybe they are very curious. They want to know about your life and so on. But you don't have to use this to how to say, create a kind of environment around you that is not really convenient to have, because people will insulate you. The last thing is that when you go to any country, especially in Vietnam, I think it's very important to dive inside the culture of the country. That is where the history, the, how to say, tradition, because we have to mix our tradition with Vietnamese tradition. That is very important. Not respect the others, and you will get respect. You drink some beer with Vietnamese people, and you become their best friend. Thank you.